Hi guys, and welcome to this week's episode. And this week it's going to be based around bunkers. I realised I've not done any bunker tips at all. I've done quite a lot of other short game videos. I'll put a link above if you'd like to watch those. As far as the bunker's concerned, people make it out to be much more of a hazard and a problem than it actually needs to be. It's not a difficult shot. However, I would say, you look at the Tour Pro's stats and the way they get up and down every single time. That often is, they've got brilliant techniques and obviously they're the best in the world, but at the same time they do get a perfect lie every single time. It's nearly always sat absolutely perfectly, and so it's a very kind of a strange one, because often we will go in, your friendly round, you'll knock it in a bunker and you'll be in a bit of a footprint, or it won't be an absolutely pristine bunker and you'll be sat in a little cuff, etc. So try not to beat yourself up too much if you hit a few bad shots. Sometimes those bad lies are just bad lies, and so you need to basically get out, and at least the worst is get out and two putt. For this exercise, we're just going to look at making sure you get it out. Okay, so it's pretty simple. I'll try and make it very simple. So firstly, I think a very important tip is the fact that most people do this stabbing motion trying to dig it out of the bunker, and this is not necessarily, in fact it's the exact opposite of what you want to try and do. Okay, so you want to be nice and relaxed. So it's no coincidence that if you look at the very best bunker players in the world and that have ever been, you're looking at someone like Gary Player, you're looking at someone like Ernie Els, Freddie Couples, and look at those guys. They've got beautiful, slow tempoed, quick swinging, but very nice rhythmic tempoed swings. And so what we're going to do is try and think of that. Think of Ernie Els or Freddie Couples when we're getting out of a bunker. We're going to always make sure that the club face is square to the target. If you want to open it up, that's fine, but then we need to open up our shoulders and our feet, because if that is not pointing at the target, it will not go at the target. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is make sure that our club face is square to the target. We're going to set it up. Now you can have it at various ball positions, but I like it just inside the heel. You can look at that pretty much. So just inside the left heel there. We're going to keep everything nice and relaxed as much as we possibly can. And it's just going to be, we're just going to swing this as long and slow as we can, because the actual sand itself and the way we attack this shot does mean we have to give it a little bit more effort. So obviously for a chip shot from here to that pin there, I would probably go, and that would be enough. Whereas a bunker shot, I'm going to go back nice and long and swing it through. Okay, and we're going to aim about an inch behind the ball. And so let's start off with this one. It's going to be nice and slow, nice and rhythmical. We'll have no worries at all to this one, because it's going to pop out. Okay, so that's the first thing. So try not to panic. We're going to try our very best to try and just swing it nice and long and smooth through the ball. No jerking. Okay, so we'll do one more of those. I'm just going to go nice and smooth. We can do do one of those just to get the feel of where it is. And you'll do a lot of this on the practice bunker if you can, or maybe if you go out with your buddies and you hit a bad bunker shot, go back in there and hit another one. Just get used to swinging it to a nice way on the way back and nice on the way through, nice and smooth, because the only way of actually controlling the club head is to feel that nice rhythm each time. So let's do another one. About an inch behind the ball, and it's going to smooth back here and through to there. Okay, simple as those are nice and close. So we'll do one more, because you see a lot of people really jerking at these, and they often don't do it with their chip shots. They get in the bunker and they get a bit tense and they think they've got to kind of dig it out or put some sort of strange digging motion into it. You really don't. We're just taking it out again nice and smooth. Think about where the club head is aiming. We're going to hit about an inch behind the ball, and the reason for swinging back nice as well is that weight of that club head is just going to swing it through nice underneath, and it's going to be nice and relaxed, and it will pop out. Okay, so that's our first tip. Nice smooth rhythm. Just, if nothing else, just maybe take it back a little bit further than you normally would and swing through it, and try and it will pop out, so as long as there's some sand underneath it, That's our first tip. So sometimes we get stuck on this uphill slope, and sometimes it does plug, to be honest, but we're just going to deal with it as it's kind of just rolled in and stopped on its way down. A lot of amateurs I see, when they go into a shot like this, they set up like this and their shoulders are pitching straight against this slope. We've got to be aware of that because it makes the strike a very difficult strike to hit because we're going in against that slope, and if you hit it a little bit too far behind the ball's just not going to come out. It's very hard to follow through, and it makes it a much more difficult shot. For you guys, I recommend that you try and, when you get in, you're going to try and put your weight, it's mainly going to be on this foot, and our shoulders are going to be as level a pitch as we can to this slope that's sloping up here. Now, one thing I would say is we're going to do everything else the same, but we are going to hit it or swing a little bit harder because it does take a lot of pace out of it when it goes up in the air, because this one's going to go quite high. So we need a little bit more welly on it, as we say. Okay, so this time we're going to try and pitch our shoulders the same. Okay, and we're just going to swing through it just the same, and it will pop up in the air. Nice and smooth again, no panicking. Okay, so it's just going to go up, it'll land very softly, but it's definitely going to come out again. Same kind of swing, no panicking. You don't have to absolutely blast it, just give it about another 20% of what you normally would, because it's going to carry that much in the air. So that's a good one. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that and learned a little something from it. I think the biggest one is don't panic. Don't panic in the bunkers. As long as it's lying okay and you put a decent weighted swing on it, it's going to pop out. So practice it, give it a go, and just remember next time, don't panic. Nice and smooth, and you'll get that out every time. Thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you next week.